Let's see. It has been a hot second since I've existed in this realm. And just to give you an idea, I totally forgot why until I sat down and thought, why didn't I stream last week? That's right, a trash truck took out my internet. Uh, it was a rough week last week. I mean, I got a lot of little things done. Um, and yesterday, yesterday was bad for eye. Generally, it's not so bad, but my eye is still being crusty today. So it's what I got. Oh, hello, hello. Congratulations, Hutchamom. You won presents. So if you want to DM me where I can send it to. That's where all my fun money will be going this week is sending out presents and whatnot. So Jules and Spoopy won the books, and Hutchie won presents. Yeah, you did. So yeah, just DM me where you want it sent, and it will get there. I'm gonna finish it up. I gotta finish it. Like, I got the outline done and I'm filling it in. It'll be done in the next couple days. But yeah, my goal is to have everything ready to be sent out on Thursday. Well, that's what presents are for. Presents are for the thank yous for coming and hanging out with me for a little bit. We're still working on. Oh. So, working where I work, almost there's like a whole wing of little old ladies who love watching tennis. That's all they watch all the time. Like, they have their favorite people at dinner time. They'll be like, "No, this person's better," and it's really sweet. Um, they get really amped. Like, they're tennis they are tennis fans. Um, One of them, let's see, what day was it? It was Sunday. One of them came up to me. Apparently, I have a reputation. Whether or not that's good or bad, I don't know. But came up to me and she's like, "I got my sweater caught on something, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't." So she's like, "Do you know how to fix it?" So I look at it, and the answer is yes. Yes, I do know how to fix it. So that's that's what I was doing yesterday for a little bit, as I did some weaving and got some I got couple holes in a sweater fixed. You and Jet is a pretty kitty. He's a very pretty kitty. I apparently misstitched a spot, so I will fix that. Oh, is it misstitched or is it just pulled? I had to take my car to the doctor today, the car doctor, um, because I finally adulted at the beginning of last these last couple weeks. I've actually been really responsible. It's cost me a fuck ton of money, but I've been really responsible. Um, so I brought my car in today, thinking it was just a sensor. No, I was close. Funny enough, it probably costs less too. Um, the wheel bearing and the rear brakes needed to be replaced, and that is why the sensor was tripping. This is still looking like $1,000 job, which makes me cry a whole lot, but the sensors in my car will be fixed. Yeah, well. And it's bothersome because I don't drive that much. So it's like it's currently it's at the garage. I suspect it'll be done before I have to go to work. But if they call, I'm gonna take care of my car before streaming. So last week I had no internet, and it kind of sucked. I mean, it wasn't awful. I got a lot of little things done, but yeah, it was only one bearing, and I do have a warranty. And honestly, I got the car at just under 20,000 miles, and I've had it for almost 3 years, and it's only just now hitting 40. It's a couple hundred away from hitting 40,000 miles. I don't drive a whole lot. Most Americans drive about 12,000 miles a year. So in 3 years, I I just thought he was being rough, you know. Picking and kicking are not out of Cat's wheelhouse of things to do. Okay. That's kind of a big ad break. That's weird. No, I was just saying how I don't drive a whole lot. Like, I bought my car in March of 2022. 2021? Let me see. I had it when March of 2022. I got my car. Now, on average, Americans drive about 12,000 miles a year. My car had a little over 19,000 miles when I bought it, and it is just now getting to almost 40,000. So I haven't even driven 20,000 miles in 3 years. And I mean, I've done a couple long haul, like we bring the Prius on the long haul trips because it's better in gas. But I figured I was going to be making a big drive, a big drive at the end of this month, so I figured getting it all fixed up would be nice. Now here's hoping I make enough at this market to cover the cost of what I'm putting into the car. That would be nice. Yeah, see, I live in the middle of everything, sorry. So I don't have that excuse. But I'm sincerely hoping that the warranty I have covers at least the bearing. Um, I can deal with the paying for the brakes and whatnot. That's not a problem. But they had to do $100 scan, and that's I walked in there and they're like, yeah, it's going to be at least $100 because you have the scan, and I'm like, seriously? So, ugh. But I truly, I only live a mile and a half from my house or my work, so I don't, I don't need to drive too much. Uh huh. My car is a 2017, and it um, is just under 40,000 miles. So it's still a baby for a Toyota. My last one had 253,000, and that we're talking imperial, not metric. And I could look it up, but meh. So how did your sleep study go, Miss Hutch? Or are you still on your sleep study? Oh, and it's Happy July, July 1st. Here in America, we get to have some sort of big party on Friday. I have to work, so I'm not really concerned about it. But something about independence or some bullshit like that, like we're not free anymore here. Um, we're not horribly oppressed just yet, but we're not free. Um, so July goals for Divine Instinct here. July goal is to get to what am I looking at? I would like to get to 7% or more. And for call duty, call dance. Oh, yes, yes. And I have neighbors that would do that. And call dance, I want to get to 4%. I'm close, but and so I don't know what I'm running for presidents in July yet. Might be just one of the little owls that I've worked on. Um, I don't know. I'll by next week I'll have. But August is going to be a very slim pickings for um streaming. Hello, Spoopy. Spoopy, you want a copy of the book? So if you can DM me where you would like me to send it, I'll be hopefully sending out things on Thursday. I'll be packing stuff up today after stream. I don't get paid till Wednesday, so that's why I have to wait till Thursday. Of course. I like it. I don't get me wrong. I have my regulars who win things. That's all fine and dandy. A lot of the times they enter for other people, and behind the scenes they're like, "If I win, give it to this person." So, um, so yeah. But yep, I got peeps to send stuff out to. And I'm hoping it's nice this weekend because I'm doing a yard sale with a friend, and I'm hoping I have my car back by then. Hello, hello, Jules. And Jules was another winner. Jules was the other winner of books. And I thought I'd be more productive than I actually was in June. So that's why Dragon hasn't gotten her fairy dragon yet, but he'll be going out Thursday too because I'll get the other things done when I get them done. Oh my goodness. So today's mini goal, if I it's been hard, like not being on it all last week, and then yesterday getting my eye poked. It was hard jumping back in the saddle. Not because I was doing anything interesting. It's just getting back into that routine is rough. Um. So now that I'm glad. It is a really good book. It is a good book. It's not a, and I hate to sound snooty. It's not a hard read. It's a very, like, it's an embracing read. Like, some books intentionally use difficult and obtuse language, and you got to think about what you're reading. This is not one of those books. It embraces you. You kind of it so Bridget is neurospicy as well. So she writes in a way that clicks with people who can be like, poof, it's in your brain, yo. So Yeah. I'm good until September, so we won't have shenanigans like this until September, and it's absolutely funny because um August. So in August, as of as of the time the words are leaving my mouth, I have the 2 weeks that I am lifeguarding in August. I have them off. Um, so I intend on streaming maybe later in the day for those 2 weeks instead of my 10 to noon that I normally do, doing like what I used to do in my like 6 to 8 or maybe even 8 to 10 kind of area. Um, but as of right now, I have them off. I have the 2 weeks off. So I might not have to not stream. I just get to push it back a little bit. Um, but then September 5th and September 15th, I have eye pokies. So oh my goodness. But yeah, yesterday was a lot of like just assembling. Um, I got a couple of things done that I've showed pictures of, kind of. I've showed a couple of pictures, but I'm I'm almost done this block of 100, so I'm gonna get where I can on this little piece of string here, and then I'll show you the two things that yesterday. Well, the owl I got done the night before, but I put together my arm dragon. He's a wearable. But I wanna have and these two are prototypes, so they don't count towards the count that I want to have for July. So I do need to I need to set my focus to 5. And that's generally my base level count. Like my little knit kittens, my scrap kittens, generally have them in groups of 5. I don't have any right now, funny enough. I have 2 that I have to put faces on, but I don't have any kittens. I have no kittens and I need to make them. Let me like in the week that I've been offline, it has been both uneventful and like, oh my god, all the things all at the same time. So let me but the trash. Ugh, sorry. Like my the procedure on my right eye was just weird this week or this time around. I like it because like my vision is clear right now. Like it's and as it and that's the thing that I wish people would understand is that as the drug wears off, that keeps my laser work in check. Um, the white noise static stuff that I that's how I describe like my vision without being treated is it's like an overlay of static. I actually at one point in time had my camera set up for static, like I could put an overlay on, and but it gets bad. Like it gets very staticky. But I've had it for so long that I don't notice it until it's been taken away. Oh, jeez. Nah, my uh, I, I, blah 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 blah. My mouth isn't working today. I apologize. It's Monday 2.0. And I'm paying attention to my phone too. I don't mean to like take away from you guys today, but again, if they call saying my car is done, because in the grand scheme of car issues, replacing a bearing and the rear brakes is not a it doesn't take too long, especially if they're professionals, and they are, and they like I had to take it to the dealership. I generally have another company work on my car, but because I'm aiming for getting the warranty to cover some of this work, um, that's why I had to take it to the dealership. So they should have all the parts that my car needs. But that's why if I seem distracted, I'm paying attention to for my El Coche. I gotta say I am guilty of and husband creature gets the brunt of it because he speaks with me the most. He'll ask me something and I will totally answer everything except that one thing that he just messaged me about. And he's getting better about calling me out on it because honestly, sometimes I just don't see it. But and Jules, you sharing that actually reminds me of something I encountered last week. Is I don't see myself as a supervisor. I'm not used in a supervisory role. I'm used in a shift leadership position, and I'm at peace with that. Is I am still working the base level, which I have absolutely no problems with. I'm working on the floor. I'm the base level. I'm getting stuff done. That is part of what a supervisor does. But it's not the same because generally a supervisor steps in when the need is there. I am intentionally being placed on the floor even when there is space for the supervisor to be in a supervisory role. So I am a shift leader is what I'm calling myself to make myself be able to sleep at night. So one of my coworkers comes up to me and goes, "Hey, this resident is all upset and has asked for you." And so I go in and I go, "What's up?" And this resident just kind of spews like a whole bunch of nothing, doesn't answer any questions, doesn't give me any clue what's going on. And I walk into the residents' rooms playing dumb. If they have a problem, I want them to tell me. I don't want to walk in with any preconceived notions. Even if I have them, I walk in with a blank slate so they can tell me what's wrong. and this resident just goes off on a tangent. And I went, "That does not tell me a gosh darn thing. What is wrong?" And she just kind of stops, steps back, and thinks about it. And she finally is like, "Well, this." And I'm like, "Okay, well, this." And we got it resolved relatively quickly. She thought it was 6 in the morning, and I'm like, "No, honey, it's 7 at night." and yeah, so setting up dates and times, and yeah, I am guilty of being on both ends of the "oh hey, I can only do this" or "I can only do that." And I'm the same person who just kind of goes, "Today I saw a balloon." So I understand. Is the short end of the long walk. uh, Yay! I got my first block of 100 done. And I'll show you my dragons and my owl. Mhm. Mhm. We are almost done 310 on this page section. We have the column that I'm working on, and we have one more column of 10 on to go. And we're so close. We're so close. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's see. So yeah, this area, this column has one more solid block of 100 that we'll work on. And then it has like two partial, well, the one below it, the one just under it is almost a full block, but it has more gaps and whatnot. And then the ruffle one. But I'm getting the owl and I'm getting the arm dragon. Okay, so this is the owl. I still haven't squared it up. The sculptures are a little hard to square, but he's flying. He's grappling is actually what he's supposed to be doing, but I gotta get his feet squared up so they don't curl backwards. And this is my first wearable. He can hang out on your neck like this. This is where I find it. Like he has this one's gonna stay with me. The wire is not. It's not a strong grippy wire. This is again prototype, so I always make one that doesn't get sold. But this is that. Or also, if you have more coordination than me, it can wrap on your arm. Let's see if I can actually get it up on my arm. Yeah. And part of it could be because his wire's not rough and I'm left-handed. But I can. It's super cute, super easy to make. But those are the two things that I got all done over the course of last week. Well, no, there's more. There's more. I'm just putting them back where they go. They balance precariously. Oh my goodness. So I have 4 more of these to actually put together, but I have for my craft fair, I have diamond art sun catchers. They're trees of life with sparkly rainbow beads at the bottom. They're very pretty and they're very sparkly. The camera does not give them enough credit. But I got 6 of those done. I just have to assemble the bottom parts. Yeah. Jules' health hell has been dragging for a very long time. This is my work in progress, show off all the stuff that I have going on time. So another thing that I'm working on is as I have dragon ornaments, double-sided, that I'll be putting some wild colors on, some stencil work, doing some embellished diamond art, because I have leftover beads all the time, and some of the beads I have are really, really cool. So I plan on doing patterns and decorating some dragon ornaments for my festival down in July, down Southern State. Do I need to start telling people, hey, drink your water, take your meds, and remember to get your shingles vaccine? Jules, I too want to feel normal with no pain. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I have a lot of things that I'm finishing up on. I found my laminator. I found my laminating pouches, and I fixed my printer enough so that it is not being messy when I try to print things, which I'm glad for. But I've been. Oh, that's not the way I want to go. My arms are failing. My craft arms, that is. My arms are, for once, actually not. Because I was moving too much. Get to see my keyboard. Woohoo! Okay, there we go. Last block of 100 for this. So, for the remainder of the week, I will be on Thursday and Friday as planned. 9 to noon on Thursday, 10 to 12 on Friday as planned. Next week is going to be a shit show. I think Monday and Tuesday are fine. Thursday I will not be on. I have to go in for recertification for my job. So my med pass cert, I have to get that renewed, so I will not be here on Thursday and Friday. I have off, so it could be one with DAS. So that's where we're looking in the this week and next week. Oh, Facebook is very distracting.
We stand here together, united as one. One tribe. A feeling from deep inside.
I get distracted by Facebook, jangly keys. Yeah, I feel
Look at us now,
other arts and crafts.
united as one.
So my friends, the weekend of July 19th and 20th, I have a market, and I really want to do good. So if I could get some good juju just sent my way, like uh, prosperity is what I generally aim for. Is even if it's just good networking skills. Like I would, don't get me wrong, I would love to sell a good portion of my product. The less that I have to bring home, the happier I am. But I understand. I understand if I can't.
One tribe. This is our destiny.
I need to I need to get a couple more signs made. I need to have like a price list, or little price signs, I should say, that are nice and laminated, and that I can display. I need to get in and organize all of my shit. And mind you, all of these things will in fact get done. It's just I have to focus. I have to focus.
Look at us now. Release the energy.
Sleepy kittens. One of the things that I need to if English would work, I need to work on order forms, because I absolutely do custom orders. It's just I don't have any order forms right now. And I probably should make one for my website too. Barn cats are good for pest control. Oh yeah, well that's not good. Isn't little allergic to cats? Spoopy, do you like me on Facebook? Do you like Raw Creature Creations on Facebook? Because if you don't, you should. if for nothing else, it makes me look like somebody cares. Because I know when I know Hutchie and a couple others. They and mind you, Facebook is not like I'm not great at marketing. I'm not great at marketing for myself. If, for example, my best friend who wrote a book, I've been pumping her up like nobody's business, going around, hey, did you know this? I have people at work reading the book and like stuff like that. But when it comes to me, I feel so awkward. Like I'm an awkward duck, but I try to until they started becoming douche waffles. Um, um, I need to set up. I need to set up my platform with Go Imagine. They seem like they're legit handmade kind of things. Did I disconnect? Okay. That's so weird. Cause I didn't get a disconnect notice. That's kind of weird. Hmm. That's weird. Okay. I did fuss with some settings and whatnot. Hopefully to not have as many disconnects. But apparently that was a. I have not been up working in my video area, my new streaming space, just because of exhaustion.
Like a vocal part for just like a hard techno song. I'm sure you could probably hear it if you listen to this. That's the sample right there, baby.
I believe it. Sorry.
That's the sample right there, baby.
do sarcasm and leet speak count? This day and age, the Queen's English can count as an insult language.
I don't know, something like that. Obviously, it has to make
It's a destroyer. Oh, so something funny. I get, because I use Stream Elements, I get offers of sponsorship. Most of the time, they're phone games, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with Mr. Ballin, but he has a love-hate relationship with the like button, and he's hilarious about how he addresses that. Hey, to boost me up, please go over to like button's house, uh, and do. It does awful things to the like button, and like I have that relationship with like sponsorship offers and whatnot. Now, don't get me wrong, if I already use it, and I enjoy it, I will absolutely like toss a good word in. This does not follow through on like games, like mobile games or stuff like that, because I speed through those like nobody's business. I'm a huge fan of like the match 3 games, and no, this isn't. Actually didn't take a sponsor thing. I'm just on a tangent. Like I like match 3 games, and I like uh the help the people, help the starving children in this picture kind of games. And yes, I know. You can judge me all you want. But I came across one of the sponsorship games of a game I actually play. I'm like, huh. Mind you, I didn't take it because I have no interest in being like, yeah, I totally play this game, and if you use this code and spend $10, no. No, if you're gonna spend $10, please go to my website and purchase one of my shiny things. like like if you want to spend $10, my website has a whole lot of things under $10 on it. Has a lot. It's a couple things over $10, but most of what I have on there is under $10. But yeah, I just had to giggle because after almost 3 years, that it finally like picked something I actually have played for a good long time. Oh my goodness, my nose. I'm staring at my stuff now because I'm all concerned. Oh, oh, I did my first TikTok live on Friday. I was experimenting and I did my first TikTok live. It didn't suck complete ass, but it was certainly interesting. Hello, dragon! So, I know what I'm I'm torn. I'm torn between what I'm going to be doing for July's present because I have a couple ideas. I have a whole lot of bookmarks, diamond art bookmarks, and I know I have a whole big base of readers. Now, I'm thinking about offering up some of my bigger, prettier bookmarks. I have a whole series of Starry Night-esque pet bookmarks, so I might offer up a choice of one of those for July's presents. I'm almost done. 200 stitches. And as much as I've been gabbing, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I would be happy if I got the column that I'm working on. If I got that one done today, I would be happy. And then, well, tomorrow I don't stream. That doesn't mean I can't cross stitch. I generally don't cross stitch unless I'm streaming. At least not on these super duper big ones. Sometimes I come home after work and I pop on YouTube and I sit here and I work on it. But for the most part, I don't, which I know I am shamed. But I'm super close to getting done black, so I might I might sit and focus on getting that done so next Monday we can try a different color. Whew. Yeah, that would be a good reason why you're cold. Are you? No, you're. Yeah, you just hit your winter equinox, so you were right in the middle of it. Okay, so today after stream, I'm packaging up. I'm going to package up everybody's everybody's presents so they can get ready to go to their respective areas. Thursday, I hope to ship them out. And I will try, I will aim for duty free. I will try, but if not, I will give you fair warning. Because Trump fucked everything up. I have to express to you how weird it is for me to think of July as a winter month because of my growing up in the northern hemisphere. My brain is just like, oh, oh, oh. So, and I'm just as I'm sure you thinking about December as a winter month breaks your brain. I'm gonna. Well, I do. I fuss through. I fuss through what will get me the cheapest amount. Well, Hachi Mom won present, so she's getting the picture. Um, and I'd show you the work in progress that it is, but it's downstairs and I'm lazy. Yeah, yeah. And uh, on honestly, I could say, hey, ship it up to me, and I can do like a little border dance because I'm getting my car fixed. If I'm paying as much as I'm paying to get my car fixed, I'm gonna drive it. It's gonna go on a ride. That that blows my mind. I mean, we have subtropic zones here, so like it's not completely uncalled for. I've met actual human beings face to face who have never seen snow, and and I don't know how to feel about that. Like, because really, all I want to do is bring them up to Maine on a good winter and be like, ha 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 ha. But I also know that's cruel and unusual punishment. That reminds me, I gotta pick up some red thongs. I bet. I'm not quite. Well, I'm in a temperate zone, so we have four distinct. We used to have. I should clarify. We used to have four distinct seasons within my lifetime. Like it was really only in like my mid-20s that it really started turning into like 2.5 seasons. Like we have spring, summer, fall, cold fall, and then spring. Like winter winter isn't it doesn't we haven't got, at least where I live, we haven't gotten a whole lot of snow that stays for very long. Like we'll get a pile of it and then it'll jump to 40 degrees, it will all melt, and then it'll freeze, and like it's been rough. It has been rough for the 4 seasons. Did I drop again? My god. And it's not even telling me. Let me see if I can get it to show stuff. I mean, yeah, it's super frustrating because the my my computer is barely like, that's why I switched to this computer, honestly, is barely using any sort of resources to run this stream. It's not like it's not like my stream is very graphics intense. Look, it's graphics intense. I make huge pictures with little X's. One X at a time. It is slow diamond art. Yeah, my connection, I'm looking at it, and mind you, I have a new fiber optic line because the trash truck ripped it. It ripped, like it was two ends of the wire. Like if you were to pull either end of the wire to fragment it in the center, is how destroyed the wire was. Um, and then after they replaced the wire, they plugged me into an inactive port. So the next morning they call me. They're like, "Hey, is your internet back?" I'm like, "Nope." They're like, "That's weird. Let us come over." And so they came over. They were very nice. Like there's two segments of the Fidium fiber network. The Consolidated Communications is their big master overlord, and their corporate people um, don't think that the ones that I have encountered see that I am a woman and ignore me because in their culture, women don't hold positions of authority. And that is the best, nicest way I can say what I just said. And that's the corporate people. Then they have their whole round of independent contractors who come from the area. And the independent contractor is the one who was like, can you show me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Here it is. Here's what was going on. Here's where it's disconnected. Where's my fucking internet? And he's like, just give me a second. And like 10 minutes later, I had my internet because the corporate people had plugged it into a dead port. And I was like, nah, bruh. Yes. Well, and it really is. Like, I can do pixel art. I can do perler beads. I can do diamond art. And I can do those from scratch. Like, even though I haven't been doing them for as long as I've been doing cross stitch, because their base is the same of the grid shape. Like, I can do grid art. And because of that, I can do a lot of really cool things. But of course, I had to pick more string and crochet, which I've been doing for just over a year. Kind of scary to think about how much stuff I've made for just over a year. And mind you, I am not Megan Lapp. I am not. That woman is a genius, and her art is gorgeous. But I am pretty damn good for only having done this a year. I I do I do this kind of like, it's the reason when I switched over to fiber optic, I did not use their router because I have been building and fine tuning the router that I have for several years, and I did not want to redo the security around their programming because I generally get I have a Netgear right now, but I've also gone down to its coding and done it myself. So it's a Netgear in shape only. But my dad used to have me help with stereo systems, phone systems. I'm a little bit more cautious, but electrical systems. Um, so yeah, I totally know how to do it. But unfortunately, there are places in this world and cultures that still have not come up to speed that everybody has the opportunity to be smart or stupid. Um, I honestly, like, with Iran, because I love Middle Eastern culture and history because it is rich, it is beautiful. Same with Chinese and Japanese culture and history. It is rich, fulfilling, like mostly Europe and Asia, because they have written down history. I would love to know more about American history before the white people came over. I would love to know about that, like what I have learned and absorbed and listened and studied. It's gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. But the reason I was thinking of why Iran came into my brain is before the current dude took over. It was very progressive. It was very modern. Um, it was. I hate to make the joke about the Irish, but it's kind of like how the Irish, like how it was portrayed before the Irish discovered whiskey, that kind of thing. Like it, and that's how um, that zone was. And then all of a sudden, someone decided that being conservative was a cool thing to do, and then fuck anyone who's not a man. Um, and yeah, and then in the 70s, yeah, and up until the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So I wasn't in existence yet, but I remember reading about it. And when I was in college, I worked with a young lady. I mean, she was my age at the time, from Turkey, and she brought taught me about her culture and whatnot. And see, that's why I start getting awkward. Is I want to learn about other people, um, but I got to make friends first, and before I can ask, because I don't want to know. Well, I do, but I can easily learn the easily learnable things. It's those fine tuning pieces that could be considered rude or ignorant if asked on a casual relationship kind of thing. Like, there are things I'm genuinely curious about. It's not that I care one way or the other. I'm just fucking curious. But I won't ask because I understand where it could be seen as rude or inconsiderate. I hit another block of 100 with all of my gabbing. Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I've seen pictures. Like, if you can find pictures about from Iran in the 60s and 70s, they were very modern, very chic. Like, like, like you would be like, damn. And then of course they got someone who blasted them back to the Stone Age, culturally. Like, I have no problems with people who want to be conservative. If you want to live your life conservatively and it makes you happy, find your joy. Absolutely, find your joy. If that's what makes you feel safe, find your joy. But do not try to make it seem like everybody else should be doing the same things because it makes you happy. Like, you need to be happy for you, and I can be happy for me. Like, I even like I work with a fantastic woman, and I know she's super conservative. Super conservative. Like we're talking handmade dresses, super conservative, but she's the nicest person ever. And I know that she's super conservative, so I try to respect that as best I can. But she also recognizes that I am not going I don't have to do everything just to make her happy. Because she understands that I have a mouth. I try not to swear around her. She's like one of those, she's so sweet. Like so sweet. Like if someone gave her a hairy eyeball, and I have, someone gave her a hairy eyeball and I gave them a piece of my mind because she was starting to cry and I was like, I'm having none of this. Oh, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, I got this is the last line of this block of woohoo. But I want people to be happy. But if your happiness comes at the cost of my oppression, you can fuck all the way off. Because I am probably the least of your worries because I just want to be left alone. I'm gonna stim, I'm gonna hum along, I'm gonna be awkward and curious, but I'm not gonna be you. I can mimic you. I'll get on your nerves real fast. I'm a really good mockingbird. I can mimic and chameleon until the cows come home, but I'm still gonna be me. As soon as you leave. Girl, you need to go to bed. You were here for 200 and I have your address, so I will get things on their way. Okay, so that was another block 100. Woohoo! So, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
We stand here together, united as one. One tribe. A feeling from deep inside. A sense of victory and euphoria.
Woohoo!
You get us now. United as one. This is our destiny. Release the energy. Stand together. Together as one.
Mm.
We stand here together.
Oh, gosh darn it.
As one. One tribe. This is our destiny. Stand together.
I have to start paying attention because this section is not.
One.
It is not solid. It's all over. I feel so bad. I did not touch call dance at all last week because honestly, I thought I was gonna have internet back, and I put them up on the frame, and then I didn't get internet back till Friday, and by that time I was toast.
Release the energy.
Mhm.
Together as one.
The last 45 minutes of the stream are generally the quietest. Really? We might get to 300 today, but I'm not concerned if we do or don't. I'm glad to be starting my process over again. Oh. And actually, I think today before I do too much, I'm gonna redo my intro video where I'm not wearing my unicorn blanket. Try to make it a little more professional. Something happened. It's weird. When I'm not doing block filler, after doing block filler, it seems to move faster. Maybe it's because I have to pay more attention. I don't know. I have a dog singing the song of her people. Can I get back? And I'm playing unneeded red chicken. Obviously, I have a whole fuck ton of black that I can just restring. The answer is yes. Yes, I can. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my.
The beast lurked in shadow, hunger in its eyes, seeking out the innocent, disguising all its lies. The child played alone, unaware of the danger, until the claws reached out, snatching him in anger. Claws reach out, chilling sight. The monster steals away the child's life. But this ain't no fairy tale, and this victim won't break. They'll rise again through the scars. The fire will burn. The monster's reign, it won't return. Walls closing, a twisted game. Torment reigns. Whisper the child's name.
I don't know what I hit, but I hit something on that extension.
Trapped in darkness where nightmares meet. No one will believe you. The monster's haunted. His web of lies, where innocence is haunted. But this ain't no fairy tale, and this victim won't break. They'll rise again through the scars. The fire will burn. The monster's reign, it won't return.
I'm almost done another blow. So one left. I don't know. It feels like this one's moving fast. It's not, but it feels. Maybe because I shut up and started.
Like a beast I run through these falling tears. For the terror and the pain I endured those years. I scream as every blow that I throw impacts. For all the time that I'll never get there again. Oh, this ain't no fairy tale, and I broke the chains. I'll rise again through the scars. Fire will burn. The monster's gone. He'll never return. You pull me in You chase my heart, then hit the brakes. You hold my head underwater until I can't take no more. I wanna breathe you in, baby, but what are we fighting for?
Oh, just for whoever's kind of paying attention, I'm going to be fussing with settings with TikTok. So if you see me pop on TikTok live, it's me. But I want to get it attached to the OBS system. And so that maybe once a week, maybe my Wednesday, or maybe I'll take one of my mainstream days and just go onto TikTok. Try to build a little bit of a base there, since I really haven't tried. I'm not gonna lie. On Friday, I crocheted for like 45 minutes on TikTok. But it's an easy enough setup that if I could get it onto my OBS, I could do stuff. I could be a contender. No, that's not what I want. Skip over. Close it on out. We're moving on up. There were signs. That's all I'm saying. There were absolutely signs that I had a screw in the wrong hole, or the wires were swapped. Okay, so one less, skip one, and end of that one. So looking at the time, once I get this column done, I'm gonna call it a day. Because I have 2, 4. I have about seven lines, so I'm gonna get those lines done, and we'll have a column left for the page 3, and then we'll have the full width. We'll have the full width and then some of page 3. Page 3 stops like 4 stitches out there, but I'm doing the whole column, so One. Skip two. One. That's good. And that is the next block. 100. And now there's only like 4 little dinky lines down. Now, since I'm ending early, I'm probably going to hop over into the morning coffee in Discord while I pack up and address things and address. And get some of my ducks in a row. Two. Yeah. Okey-doke. Well, we finished the column today. Find out in a second how many stitches, because I know I at least got 200, but I haven't hit. No, I haven't even hit in the square. Okay, it all matches up. Okay, so we got 295 stitches done. That's just a slap in the face. 295 stitches done. We went from 6. What did we go from? Oh my goodness. We started off today at 6:59. We're up to 669. Now the goal for July is 7.5. So if I hit 7 in the first couple days, that's awesome. But 7.5 is July goal. We have one more column of 10 left in black. And I'm probably going to try to get a good chunk of that done tomorrow. I'm hoping by Monday next time Divine is up in the cycle, that we're onto a different color. So remember, everybody, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. I had to think about what I'm saying. I'm almost always lurking in the background. I'm going to be logging off and doing some administrative work, like getting presents shipped out, at least the ones that are done and that I can package up Thursday. I'm hoping to have hutchies all done because I just need to add color to it. But I hope everybody has a phenomenal day, and I will see everybody on Thursday at 9 a.m. for a call dance where we start page 3. I have not touched him because I want you guys to be with me when I start page 3. So, thank you all for the gift of your time. I will see everybody on Thursday.